men down below at the bottom were all killed, of course, without having a chance to get up. And I joined the others trying to fight a way out. And I did get up, but only when the ship was over on its side, more upside down than right way up, and the propellers were well out of the water. And then I slid off and into the sea. The pressure on my body was terrific as it further went down, down, down. I was sure that I was dying. I only hoped it would be quick, because it felt as if my whole body was going to be split with the pressure of the water. I don't know how far it went down, but I went with it. It burst my eardrums, which is partly the cause of the origin of my deafness today. And suddenly this painful descent stopped. And I just shot to the top. I don't know how far, 50 feet or more, I don't know. But I shot to the top like a cork that's been released underwater. And I didn't know for 10 years why that was, until 10 years later I learned that the water was very shallow and that the Lancastria had sunk on a kind of sandbank. So it landed on the sandbank, the suction stopped, and I was shot to the surface, thank goodness. I joined a little raft made of human beings. 3 or 4 had life jackets and 1 or 2 hadn't, but we just linked shoulders and floated around in the water for a time. Several very brave things were done. I saw young soldiers doing very brave acts, and I saw just the opposite, a chap who was going out of his mind, I think. He was babbling and screaming, and he attacked us. He thought of it, he tried to join this little group, and there just wasn't room for him. He hadn't got a life jacket, and he fought and struggled until we had to push him off. So he pushed off, and he went across 10, 12 yards away, where there was a body floating on the water, which had a life jacket on. And he went across to this body. He was going out of his mind, this poor fellow, and he attacked this single body and hoped to get the life jacket off. But suddenly the body came to life when he attacked it and fought back, and a terrible struggle went on until the madman, I must call him the madman, had had enough, and he just sank below the water. And I wonder what the fellow who had the life jacket and was simply floating and saving his energy, what he thought after. Did he suffer remorse? I felt sorry for him, but what he did, he had to do. It was one or the other. I was getting weaker and weaker. I thought towards the end, well, this is it. I can't last much longer. I shall just have to give in. And then suddenly I heard a lovely rich Cockney voice saying, "Don't go yet, there's another one here." And in my view came destroyers launched with men on board, survivors and sailors, and they came up to me and they said, "Come on, lad, in you get." And then 2 of them jumped into the sea, 1 each side. From the look of them, they'd been in the sea many times. They were covered with black oil themselves, and 1 each side hauled me up, and there I joined lots of others. You didn't recognize them. They were all as black as coal. I still remember sailing up Plymouth Sound. It was a glorious sunny day, and on the beaches at the side you could see people enjoying sunbathing, swimming on the sand and the beach. And I looked at it and I thought, this is a war, isn't it? My God, they don't know what they're in for. Playing about on the sands when the things are happening over the other side, as we have seen. What I feel strongly about is that hundreds and hundreds, possibly thousands, of people lost close relatives in that tragedy, and nobody told them what had happened. They were just allowed to go on for months and even years, and some of them didn't know how their husbands or sons had died. And I thought this was really dreadful. Horace Lesbrook, one of my finds.
That's right.
Western Superman. Yes. I did my best over the last 10 or 20 years to get some kind of recognition for these people, and I have found up to 200 people. There's lots more that have not been found, even now, who lost close relatives and knew nothing. And other people, I think, appreciate it. I got a letter of commendation from the Imperial War Museum thanking me for all the help I've given these people. But I shouldn't have had to do it. Somebody in authority should have done all this. It shouldn't have been left to somebody like me to go out and help these people in this way. Bad show.